This is Chicago. Doors open on the left at Chicago.
Welcome to Chicago. Welcome to Chicago. Welcome to Chicago.
This is Chicago. Doors open on the left at Chicago.
Welcome to Chicago.
Welcome to Chicago. Coming straight for you. I'm just discombobulated. We had a long Sunday night. Welcome to Chicago. You're tuning into the TCSF podcast with Big Z and Iron from the Tape Never Lies Network. We're coming straight from the 606 Media Studios, powered by True Chicago Sports Fans. This is episode 277. We're fired up to talk everything that makes Chicago great, which is our sports teams. And remember that you can go check out 606media.com, get your ultimate source for all things Chicago. We have our podcast there. We have our merch there. So definitely check that out. If you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. You know, get the little bell, get the notifications anytime we are live, which is a lot lately. So definitely go do that. And if you're on your podcast app, give us a 5-star review. It means the world to us. All right, let's just get into it. It's going to make a great episode. This is our Chicago Bears. This past week, they took the L versus the Packers, and it was not a pretty game. 21-28 was the end of score, and it came down to the wire. And for me, it that slow start came to bite us in the ass finally. The slow starts that we've been having all season long, where we have to come from behind. And we got to find a different wave, a different hero every week. It became old, and the Packers did their job. They did their due diligence. That play to Cole Kmet in the end zone was the same exact play that was Cole Kmet against Philadelphia the week before. So they did their due diligence. The fact that we don't use DJ Moore correctively, like they don't throw it to him. You know, he's your number one, aka number one, but he's not being used like a number one. He's a decoy. He's blocking. He's running back there. But where's his catches? Where's his 5 to 10 catches? Where's the targets? And
I don't know.
It's a problem.
Yeah, one for -4. You know, I felt like DJ Moore was going to be the guy that receiving wise would pop for them, right? And I felt like the tight ends were going to have a big game. They did. Later in the game, but DJ Moore, I just felt like I thought this was going to be that game where it's like, boom, DJ Moore just help us win the game against Green Bay, and he just wasn't involved enough. And like you said, that first half, it's frustrating because there's blame everywhere, right?
Right.
The quarterback, the head coach, some of the protection. Obviously, they kept getting after Caleb. They were on Caleb's ass the entire first half. It was Caleb trying to survive a little bit. Now, it's not to take away from what their defense did, but it just felt like if we could get 1 or 2 more plays in there in that first half and come up with points, especially after you get a big pick, as they're driving down the field on you, those are all the same things that we've been talking about all season long, the flaws of the Chicago Bears. And like you said, they ran out of that magic in Lambeau, right? They ran out of it. Take it for what it is. Was it a perfect game? No. It was a compelling game. Yeah, I felt like the Bears definitely made the corrections in the second half. They looked way better in the second half. But it just bothers me because, again, like, your identity, the run leads to everything else, and yet it just seems like there's still the times where they elect to go with pass when I feel like run would be better, right? Or even just a different play design might be better. But regardless of that, you can't in a big spot, right? In that last play, if we want to talk about that last play, and I got a lot to say about that last play. Caleb, if you limit the options, right? I felt like, right? if you were to limit it, because he has like 4 options, right? I felt like Caleb at that moment couldn't decide because what happened was everybody knew on that Green Bay defense, this is a play fake. The safety bit, because the safety was, I don't know why he bit on that and went and came down. But again, once he's looking in the flat first, and then he's moving up. So it's like it's almost as if he's thinking, okay, do I run? Okay, these guys, you're taking him right to the flat. So you got 4 guys tailing Swift to the flat. If he runs, you have maybe 2 or 3 guys that could probably when it gets to that point, when it gets close, when Caleb's running the sideline trying to go for that, I think that they would potentially keep him out. So I think Caleb just he balked at the decision. It had to be a quicker decision. He balked at the first 2, and then by the time he got to the third, which is Cole Kmet, it's too late, and you're having to go ahead and make this fucking amazing throw, turning around, throwing across your body, trying to get it to Cole Kmet. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's not what I wanted. That's just me. Was it a good play? Yeah, it could have worked. It definitely could have worked. What I say is a good play. I'd say it's a predictable play. And the way that the defense reacted, all but that safety, who, God, if he reacts quicker, you know what I'm saying? Or if he sees him right away, it's a different story. But again, I believe Caleb's option, because they even ran that play earlier in the game. They ran that play around the middle of the field, around midfield. Caleb picks up a first down on that play, right? I just think that Caleb outthought himself at that moment. Was too late, threw the interception. You want to know why I'm frustrated with the last play? Because I thought it should have been a run.
Mm-hmm.
2 timeouts. You got them on their heels. You got them tired. I would either call the timeout, or I would have went quick right up to the line, told Caleb, hey, you see it's a run. If you see anything, check out. And if we still are questionable about it, we'll call the timeout right there.
Yes.
I thought there was so much more options, and you had so much more. I wouldn't say so much. I would say you'd had so much more time to dial up 4 fucking plays, 3 plays once you pick up a first down, right? So I just felt like it was a little bit desperate right there, 4th and 1. Similar to like when the Eagles went for 2, right? Everyone's like, that's fucking desperate. And it didn't work out for him. Well, I think that it was a little bit desperate from Ben Johnson, a little bit predictable, because like I said, he's done. This is what he does. And I'm okay with the aggressiveness, but there's just some times where you got to do something else. And I feel like that's what Ben Johnson does on these short downs and distances. Like he tends to outthink himself at times.
Yeah, in that scenario for me, and I, even when it was like 3rd and 3 or whatever it was, and Mananga kind of got shut down and tried to get the first down, and I was like, call the timeout, and they had like a minute 14 or something. You're like, why run the clock? The reason I was saying that is just you need to score first. Before anything, you need to score first, and you still need a 2-point conversion, right? And let's say you don't get the 2-point conversion. Now you got to do an onside kick, and you need time to get back into the end zone or set up for a field goal. That's why I wanted that clock still. And I felt like if you're going to go quick, then go quick. Hey, on 3rd down, this is what's going to happen. If we don't get it, get up there quickly. This is the next play. If you don't like it, check out of it. Like you said, do the audible. Boom. You're catching them on their heels. They were tired all game because they were trying to keep up with us. We had the opportunity to continue to put that foot on their neck, and we just didn't do it.
Yeah, they were tired. Like even Parsons said, it was frustrating. Like you're chasing Caleb all over. Like they weren't, getting to him. Like they were getting close. They got close a few times. They did get home on a sack, but it's just like they could have, in their minds, they could have had so much more. And that had to be frustrating for them. Like you said, they're tired. And now you have Kyle Monungai. You got them on the ropes. It's late in the game. You run Kyle Monungai once, I go right back to Kyle Monungai. What do? You switch Swift out. They're like, okay, Swift's in. So now you have to be more conscientious of the pass, of that play action, because Swift is the better pass catcher. Am I wrong?
No.
4 fucking guys trailed DeAndre Swift. 4 guys shut down that bootleg so it couldn't get to the outside, and Caleb had to second guess himself. Yeah. That's why he was late. They knew it. They were ready for it. Even with the safety mistake, somebody else was able to make up for it because it was covered up and they could bail out and cover Cole Kmet, and they made a fucking play. That's what happened. Now, again, it's not like the sky is falling, but these are the things that we've pointed out all season long. And there you go.
Again, you made your bed. Now you got to sleep in it. Again, those slow starts have cost you so much. We could have been blowing out teams left and right all season. Not running the ball equals time of possession. That takes the ball out of their hands. The last thing you want is we saw that in the first half where Jordan Love was just in a groove and picking us apart, literally 10 yards here, 5 yards here, 7 yards there, just literally picking us apart until we got that sack. I mean, that's not the sack, but the interception. And then we don't put points up. We literally go, what are we doing here? That is so annoying when you are the leading team in takeaways and you're not capitalizing on a playoff level game. I understand you're in their home field, but at the same time, man, you've got to take advantage of these opportunities because there's not going to be much opportunities to continue to do that. You know, well, you can say what you want to say about Jordan Love, but he's I would say a way above average quarterback. I'm not saying he's great. I'm not saying he's, the greatest. He's not the GOAT, but he does have a good arm. He is in a system that he's been in for a couple of years and knows it. He can pick you apart.
Guess what? When you keep him clean and on his feet and sitting in the pocket for fucking 3-4 seconds, he's gonna go ahead and make some passes, right? So, and again, like they were still aggressive, right, on third down. But whenever they blitz, every blitz I felt like was getting picked up, and you had wide open guys downfield one-on-one with safeties, and that's what happened.
That definitely was exactly.
You don't have a pass rush.
You don't.
That's viable. That's trustworthy. Where I'm confident enough that when we need to play from them in spots like that, 3rd and 10 late in the quarter, 3rd and 2, they can fucking make a stop. I still don't trust it. I will not trust it this entire season until I see something different. But we got 4 games left.
We got 4 games, and to your point, the guys that came back in the secondary, what's with the the stupid arm tackles? Stay in front of them, wrap them up, and take them down. That arm tackle shit is just.
Josh Jacobs should have been stopped.
10, and he got 15 running the ball straight through the defense.
Josh Jacobs should have been stopped. They should have never got 28 points. Josh Jacobs should have been stopped. Like that was poor execution and tackling. Poor execution in the back half with the secondary. This poor execution was probably the theme of the night for the Chicago Bears, right? Poor execution, lack of urgency in the first half. Some people say it was a lack of urgency in that final drive, and I tend to agree with them, even though I do agree that you want to take as much time off the clock as you can because of the way that their offense is performing. So either And I told you right away. I was like, he's going for 2. As soon as that drive started, I was like, we score. He's going for 2 because I saw how he was using the clock. So, but again, like I said, you still had enough time to manipulate the clock, but give yourself. I would say giving yourself a better chance because you didn't have that many options to fuck up, is what I said. It's a straight handoff dive. If it was a straight handoff dive, they stop us. Fuck it. Well, fine. You had 3 options. He missed all 3. So it's even fucking worse. We're talking about guys behind the fucking play being open. My ass. You know what I mean? Like, it's just there's an identity that you have and you just stray away from it in these times. And I felt like that was the time to go ahead, flex your fucking muscles, put these guys back, push them off the ball, call a timeout, work for your next 4 right there in the red zone. You're right fucking there.
Yeah, that was very frustrating. And, just to look at the stats and for the Bears, Caleb was 19 for 35, 186 yards. So he didn't break the 200 level. 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, obviously, with a rating of 76.6. Swift, 13 for 63. Monangai, 14 for 57. Again, but Monangai's in the trenches. He is popping people's helmets off, pieces of it off. You heard Tom Brady go oof or whatever he said. Oh my God!
I'm sure Campbell's concussed. I'm sure he's concussed. I don't know if he came off the. I don't remember him coming off the field, but after that play, dog, he got shook. I mean, he was boom on a knee, back. You know what I mean? Just arms, foot. How he didn't get called? Like I said, I don't remember it. But if they didn't call him out the field for a concussion, that I don't know. I don't know what qualifies as a reason to go ahead and pull him off and check him. But that was probably the best reason.
Loveland and Komet, which we talked about in the pregame, needs to be huge. They had a total of 6 catches and 71 yards combined. Loveland did have that touchdown. And a total of 8 targets between them. I needed them to chip and get off the line and beat Caleb's safety net. Like, why wasn't that used more?
I mean, yeah, like I said, it's the first half. It was the first half, and he would look different with a couple of different connections. If Caleb connects 3 or 4 more times with some of it, I think we're maybe talking about a different game. You know what I mean? But I think I thought they did a all right job with them. I just felt like you were going to attack with the run and then work off of play action, but utilize the tight ends as the most, the main targets in this game, or like those X factors in this game. But it was what it was. Like, it's hard for me to sit here and just be like, oh, the Bears, like, everything was fucking, terrible. Like, they stood in the game. They made adjustments, right? They did have some stops when they needed to make some stops, but the mistakes and the lack of capitalizing when the Packers made mistakes were just too glaring. They're too big for me to be like, all right, everything's hunky dory. Do I believe in the Bears? Absolutely. I think the Bears will take it to them in the next game, but I'm not going to be happy losing to the Packers knowing that the Bears had a shot to win, period.
This game and the Minnesota game to start the season are 2 wins that got away from us. 2 wins that would put us at 11 wins, in control of the NFC North. Looking at let's wrap up on the numbers here. First downs, we win that battle. Third down efficiency, we were 50%, 8 for 16. That's a problem. They were 8 for 12. We were 1 for 2 on fourth down, obviously. 68 plays. We had more plays than them. Sacks allowed 1 each. Penalties, 4 for 17 yards. That's something that we were talking about earlier in the year, where penalties were kicking us, pre-snap penalties, stupid penalties on defense. That's been really taken care of and cleaned up. So again, like, you've got to put some more stock into Ben Johnson and what he's doing with this team, because every single week he's fixing something that's wrong with the Chicago Bears, and he's going to continue to fix what's going on with Caleb. Give him some time.
My biggest issue today, and it's fucking been pissing me off, is like, it seems like you can't criticize him right now. And I'm like, don't do that. Don't fucking do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's growing too.
Yes.
But what I do is point out that shit, right? That's what we do. We point out what we see and what we think is right and wrong. Ben Johnson is going to be a great head coach. He still makes mistakes.
Yeah.
Those mistakes still need to be called out. And even if I disagree, right, with a play or two, who gives a shit? You know what I mean? There's a handful or more than a handful of plays in each NFL game that coaches wish they would have got back, that they probably would have done something else or second guess themselves in. So if I can't fucking do it, then they shouldn't second guess themselves ever. You know what I mean? Like that's just, you can be critical of these guys regardless. I love this team. I love where we're at. I want more. And that's not a crime. I want more. We deserve more here as fans in Chicago from this football team. So forgive me for holding them to a higher fucking standard. All right. Forgive me. What was me for thinking I could hold the charter franchise's head coach to a little bit of a higher standard? Has he been doing great? Yeah. Can he be better? Fuck
yes. Good, better, best.
Never let it rest. So
exactly.
Like I said,
exactly.
If you're saying it when you win, you better be thinking it when you fucking lose. Okay.
Right. Take a page out of your own book. And again, I need to be better. And I got to listen to a part of the press conference, and he stuck by the play. And he said, if Caleb throws it, half a second earlier, it's a touchdown. So again, his offense
but
is
again,
timing.
like I said, that play, it's run swift. Then he had his mind. I guarantee you, Caleb didn't expect 4 fucking guys to be in the flat.
No.
I guarantee you that, and that's what shook him up. It's like, holy shit, what do I do now? I wanted to run. Because he just picked up a first down earlier in the game, like I said, on the same type of boot action play. Literally the same thing, just flipped.
It's definitely frustrating and I said this at work. I'm like, look, am I frustrated? Am I mad that we lost today? Yes. Am I mad in the way that they lost? No, because we've been playing with house money for these 12 weeks. Okay. And at one point, it was going to bite us in the ass. And I said, starting off slow, inability to run the ball when that is your strength, inability to use the tight ends in 12 personnel, inability to get to the quarterback. These are all things that need to be fixed. And if you continue not to address these things, they will bite you in the ass like they did in this game, 21-28. And then the Minnesota game that we let McCarthy back into the game, like let him get comfortable because there was no pressure on the quarterback. These are the things that will bite you in the ass when you get to the playoffs, when you start playing higher competition. So for me, we digest this. We will criticize Ben Johnson. We'll criticize, who we haven't been criticizing? The special teams coach, because we've been calling for his firing early in the season.
You want to talk about frustration. You want to talk, and we talked about it at the beginning of the show, right? We talked about it. I talked about it. I know somebody had mentioned in the chat, like, oh, the special teams has been all right. Well, all right isn't good enough either. And guess what? All right was shit this week. All right wasn't good enough. Cairo, I don't know what the fuck we're thinking. I don't know what we're thinking. A dirty kid. Like, I don't understand it. With these new fucking rules, I'm just like, pin them back. Let them start from the 25, wherever the fuck they're starting from. Or give them one of those sky high kicks to where you could get people down there. Hopefully you could keep them from getting past the 30-yard line. I'm just done with this special teams, man. That was after you score, you fuck yourself over and give them great field position.
Mm-hmm.
It's a frustrating thing, this special teams unit. It's a very frustrating thing. You can't look into this offseason without thinking that there needs to be a total change with that special temes unit.
They're definitely, again, one thing at a time to fix for Ben Johnson. He just got to this fixer-upper house. He's like, I got the plumbing, I got electrical, I got drywall to do. The ceiling needs some patchwork.
Right, the house leaking. Yeah, we got no siding on, right? It's still still see the plywood. You got plastic on the windows. Like the house is being built, but the house is incomplete. And if we're trying to sell it as a complete house right now, you're wrong. Like we're wrong. Yeah. And again, do I believe this team can get to the playoffs? I do. Do I believe they have enough to do exactly like you said and get past these upper echelon teams? No.
we're gonna get into the playoffs, but if we face, who's hot right now? Who's it? Tampa. Tampa's. I think that's a comparable game. I think that's something that a game we could be very competitive. Who else? When they're playing what, Dallas again? Because Philly, I don't think.
So I think we could compete with Dallas, obviously.
Who's in the West? Is that gonna be the 49ers again? Look at this.
Maybe.
Hey man, Packers fan here. Just want to say the Bears put a hell of a fight. I'm looking forward to the next matchup a couple of weeks. I think the Bears are one of those top teams in the league right now.
I appreciate it, Nicholas, but
Thanks for chiming in.
And you're not the only Packer fan to say that, which is cool. Like, there's an understanding of, hey, like, this team is putting something together, right? It's just, and we go back in time and talk about these past drafts and things like that. Talk about the keeping of Eberflus. Like, this team, like I said, this team is being built, but it was being built from the start just recklessly, just sporadically, until they got Ben Johnson, who put all the material together and started actually, putting the house up. And I'm frustrated because there was opportunity in prior seasons to solidify this offensive line without going deep into free agency, to solidify this defensive line, to add some depth. And they never did it, whether it be succeeding on draft picks or, hitting on free agency. Ryan Poles has struggled. Has he hit recently? Yeah. But this will be a different team if he was hitting at the rate we would want him prior.
There you go. Look at this. Yeah. Look at that. This is great stuff. Love it when the fans chime in. Yeah. I mean, we might end up playing each other in the postseason. You don't know. I mean, and that'll be great.
Well, this is a gauntlet right now in the NFC. It's just everybody's and these last 4 games look, for us, it looks like it's definitely a slobber knocker. It's a tough schedule, but luckily 3 of those are at home. The only one away is San Francisco. I believe in the Bears. I don't think the Bears are gonna, shit the bed here in December, but things need to be cleaned up. And then there's just certain things that can't be fixed until the season's over. And that pisses me off because I feel like this team, we're talking about playing with house money. Okay, but how many times does that opportunity actually happen? You know what I mean? Like, how many times have we actually had a team go ahead and be contending in a playoff spot? It's always been this one and done thing. So for me, as soon as the window opens, you need to fucking go ahead and strike. Jump through that motherfucker, because we've seen too much ineptitude here in Chicago to just be like, oh, we're good. I believe we'll be better next year. But you have opportunity right now, right in your face, to do something, to make some noise. You can't just be, all right, well, we'll get them. We're definitely going to improve and be back. Do you know how many teams that have lost in the Super Bowl, lost in the championship game, thought they were going to come back? Everybody thinks they're going to come back and never come back. The next season is even worse. That I'm not wishing that on the Bears, but I'm saying when you have your opportunity, regardless of when it happens, seize that shit.
Yeah. This is, again, we've made this comparison before. This is the 2015 Cubs. Definitely on the verge. These young guys are coming in, they're producing. We've seen what the guys who came in the linebacker crew, second, third, fourth stringers came in and were all-stars for a couple games. And they were holding up the ship, I don't believe that the Bears fan. I heard some Bears fans say the Packers didn't beat. No, the Packers beat us. The Packers beat us. Now, did the Bears add to that? Yeah, by not scoring in the first half, by not being able to run the ball more. Yeah, we have already covered that.
No, we got beat. We got beat. Look, it's a 4-quarter game. You played a half a game. If you played the whole game, if you play better defense late in that quarter, right, late in the first half, you play better defense late in the game, it's a different story. But again, you just got beat. That's it. Like, you got beat. There's no And it's not one of these games where I'm like, to me, it's the refs. I know there might have been some holding calls out there.
Yeah.
But to me, it wasn't like a game where me as a Bears fan, the refs did it. This fucking shit. No. We went out there. We didn't look good. We made adjustments, great, and we got beat by a touchdown. We got beat staring down, a tie game. You just made one. You made too many mistakes. One too many mistakes did it for you.
One too many mistakes. Nicholas continues to comment in, chime in. Yeah, man. At the end of the day, Lombardi is coming to the NFC North. Is better than any other division. Although I personally prefer to be Green Bay. Of course you would, but it's okay. We'll see. We'll see you down the road, brother. We'll see. Yeah. And I can't wait for you to come back to the show and chime in when we play you guys. And it's Monday morning.
That's Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. It'll be Saturday, right?
Oh yeah, Saturday.
Saturday.
Saturday night game, 7:20 for that one.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll tell you exactly what we're kind of.
It's going to be the most. Quite honestly, it's the most anticipated Bears Packers game I think I've. Maybe since that the playoff game.
Was it with Cutler?
When Haney came in, when Cutler got hurt,
and
Haney, yeah. I think that was, to me, I think that was the last time I was like this excited. But this is a prize fight. This is a title fight, right? These are you and I'll say this: you legit have 3 playoff games coming up. 3 playoff games in the regular season still. Legit. Like this is critical for every team that you're about to play, yourself included. Cleveland, you got a playoff defensive line coming at your ass. So you better be ready. You got Myles Garrett, who, God, if we could some way, somehow figure out how to put him in a Bears uniform, my God. But yeah, you got playoff games coming. You have literally a month of playoff games before the playoffs. So I think that this team, has an opportunity here to still, make some noise, to still prove that they deserve to be, talked about with some of these top teams in the league.
Yeah, looking at the standings, you got the Eagles and Cowboys fighting for the East. Eagles are 8-4, Cowboys are 6-6, still alive. You've got the Packers at 9-3-1, Bears 9-4, Lions 8-5, Vikings are cooked. They're 5-8. They're done. Buccaneers and Panthers tied at 7-6. Everyone else is just straight garbage. So you have a lot of teams. Hey, you might get 2 teams out of the NFC North to get to the playoffs. Because the rest of the league is just trash when it comes to the second tier. If it's Eagles, and let's say it's either the Packers or us, I think we both get in because of our records. And then, the Buccaneers. I don't think the Panthers can be much of a fight. Right now they're 7-6, and I don't think they're that good of a team to continue to win. So for my dollar, I'm going to say we're going to have 2 teams out of the NFC North make it to the playoffs. And the idea is that we are at the top of the North, so that way we can get a bye. But it's definitely going to be a.
At this point, just get me in. At this point, like obviously, I would love to buy. I would just get to the playoffs. Get to the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, we're playing the Browns, like you said. That defensive line is going to be no joke.
They just put up 300. Shador just had his best game of the year. I mean, they put up a bunch of points. Are they a great team? No. But again, if you don't capitalize on mistakes and you allow continuous pressure and you allow these late touchdowns and scoring drives, the Cleveland Browns can beat you. Yeah. I don't know, Ivan, what's going on here? I don't know what's going on, Petrus.
Maybe they're expecting you to be on the other channel right now.
No.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Well, again, we're gonna switch over in a little bit after we're done with this.
I'll be on the Bear Down with Big Steve in just a minute. This is every week.
Yeah, this is every week. Let's take a quick break. On the flip side, Madison on the Madhouse on Madison report. We're gonna shit on 2 teams that really suck really quickly, and then we'll jump off, and then you'll catch us on TTNL for the Big Steve show over there. So we'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Hey there, Chicago enthusiasts. Are you ready to take your fandom to the next level? The True Chicago Sports Fan Podcast has got you covered with some serious cool merch that screams Chicago pride. From cozy sweaters to trendy tank tops, we got it all. Show off your love for the city with our iconic red, white, and blue logo, or stand out with our exclusive collection for the love of sports. Whether you're lounging at home, breaking a sweat at the gym, or cheering on your team at a game, our gear is a must-have for all you diehard Chicago sports fans out there. Don't hesitate. Visit bonfire.com/store/606-media-store/, or simply just click the link in the description and snag your gear ASAP. Get ready to make some noise, show your pride, and embrace the Chicago spirit with True Chicago Sports Fan Podcast merch. Designed for you, the ultimate fan, for the love of sports. Hey guys, it's Steven.
And this is Sean, and you are listening to True Chicago Sports Fans.
Don't forget to listen to No War on the Weekend. New episodes on Monday. You can find us anywhere you listen to podcasts.
Yeah, so we're going to go do a couple of shots. So let's kick it back over to Big Z.
Water on the weekend. TCSF Pod, and it's myself, Big Z, and Ivan from the Tape Never Lies. I want to thank everybody that's been chiming in, and today y'all have been great. We got Bear Truth 9. What's up, man? Thanks for the support. And then Nicholas, who's been, from over there in Green Bay. Thanks, man. Go Pack Go, as long as we're not playing them, then it'll be us.
Yeah, go. No. Nicholas has been cool. I don't want
Nicholas, thanks, man. You've been awesome. Simon.
No animosity right now. Just so I'll bury it for 2 weeks. I'll bury it for 2 weeks.
Oh, man. I mean, it's been great talking Bears, even though it's been a loss. We're talking about a lot of happiness because last year we were talking about such a depressing team and it's turned around. But let's talk about depressing. Let's talk about our Chicago Bulls and the lack of enthusiasm with this team. No, I mean, you know why? You know why we have to? Because this team needs to be blown the fuck up already. You've got expiring contracts. You've got.
You know what this sounds like? You know what this sounds like, Jose? This sounds like 19. Oh no, I'm sorry. This sounds like 2003. This sounds like 2007, 2014, 2010. Last year. This sounds like every fucking year for the Chicago Bulls. It's like a rebuild. They got to blow it up. What is the one consistent thing about the Chicago Bulls?
The ineptitude of the ownership and the ineptitude of the front office.
And the front office continues to be a carousel. So what is the real consistency?
Yeah, Michael Reinsdorf.
Your ownership is garbage. Your ownership is nobody wants to work for these people. I guarantee you. In the NBA.
Unless you're traded to the Chicago Bulls, you don't want to sign them.
I guarantee they don't want to work for these guys. I guarantee you. Because it's just not important enough to. I feel like it's not important enough to them. The Chicago Bulls are a tax write-off to them. Like they're like you made it a global, or excuse me, Jordan made it a global brand, and you thought, well, we're the brand now. I'm the Yankees. I'm the Yankees. We could just go ahead and
championships. Remember that?
Wins championships. We could just go ahead. Yeah, we could just go ahead and plug and play anybody in there.
Yeah.
We
don't need Phil Jackson. We don't need Mac Journey.
Was it Corey Booth? Was it Booth? There was the one player. I remember Krause going all over, like drooling over fucking garbage. But anyway, like this has been them. This has been them post 1998. They got lucky with some guys, right? The try-hard Bulls. I guess you could say they got lucky getting Derrick Rose. Yeah. Wink, wink, right? They got lucky. Okay. Yeah. They still fucked it up. It still gets fucked up, right? You get lucky, a rabbit's foot pops up your ass, once in a while, and you just fuck it up again. And it just shows me like this team they need to go a different direction.
But what is the direction if they don't know how to produce players? They don't know how to
minority ownership with very limited access to the product. As far as the front office is concerned,
you've got okay.
But the thing is, like that's a problem. Like they're not going to sell because all it does is make money. Because all we do is keep showing up, hoping that the fucking Bulls are going to do something, and they're not.
Because they
they
won
never-
5 games straight.
They won 6-0. We're up. NBA Finals, baby. We can't even win the stupid fucking NBA Cup.
They got blown out of water on that.
Those hideous floors that they keep putting out there for those things.
Yeah, this year they're very bad.
I can't look at that game. I can't watch the game when those floors are out there. Shitty. Just the whole product. Shit.
Yeah, in my opinion, right now with Vooch, Collins, Herter, whatever, White, Jalen Smith can go to, even though he's got 2 years. I would keep Trey Jones. Ayo's on his last year of his contract. So is Javon Carter. Noah and Sange, the new one that they drafted, the 18-year-old, he just blew out his something. He's hurt for a while. He ain't playing. Dalen Terry, last year of his contract. Julian Phillips, he's got 2 years, but he can go too. All those guys, trade them. Trade them, package them, add Patrick Williams, throw him in for a bag of chips or a vending machine. Get as many picks as you can. I don't care if they're second-round picks. Get as many picks as you can.
How do you feel about Noah Sanjay?
I don't watch the Windy City Bulls. So I couldn't tell you, and I know he had a cup of coffee up here, but I wasn't watching that game.
I don't feel confident at all. I don't.
No. If he was good, he'd be on the starting roster. I mean, on the roster that's playing right now. I mean, we got Julian Phillips and Dalen Terry and Emmanuel Miller. Who? Trenton Flowers. Who? What's his name? Olbrach? Lachan Olobrak. Who the fuck is that?
They're gonna don't worry. Billy's gonna develop everybody. That's what's gonna happen. Billy's gonna develop everybody.
You know I cannot stand that man as a coach.
Don't worry. Billy's gonna develop everyone, guys. It's all right. We're gonna the baby bulls are back.
They got fucking blown up by Golden State and a lacrosse player. The guy was a lacrosse player last year, and he put like fucking 15 on us, and like, come on.
Lacrosse players are really athletic.
No, they're tough motherfuckers, but you wouldn't think a lacrosse player is now an NBA player.
I agree with that's
like different set of skills. So that team needs to be blown the fuck up. And I really think it happened with that Vooch. Remember with that victory when he called the whole team soft, and after that,
get Vooch out for Vooch's sake. Like, save Vooch. Somebody come over here, save Vooch. Trade Vooch away.
To a contender, please.
Get him to a contender because he fucking deserves it.
Send him to Dallas.
Send him to Dallas. That would be nice. But I don't. Maybe not. I don't know. Send him to LA. I don't know. Send him somewhere. But like, he's got to. He has the right mentality. He's like the only one I feel like that has the right mentality. Right?
Because he's a pro.
Right? He's the only one right now. He's a vet. He's a pro. You need a bunch of Vooches mentally on the team, and you don't. You don't have those guys with that no. You have to kill. You have to have a. I just think that there's a lacking of a killer instinct in almost all these guys.
Well,
pretty much all these guys. I don't know. I don't see killers yet, right? I think Buzelis could be a dog. I think there's some guys that might. Giddy, there's some guys that I could see, but the team is an embarrassment. It's an embarrassment. I'll just say that. Every time we talk about the Bulls, I want to wear Bulls gear, but I'm just like, ugh.
I literally just bought a new Bulls jacket. I'm afraid to wear that outside. I might get some more Bulls gear.
It's not the 90s. They're not going to get fucking jacked for the starters. All right, like they're like Bulls. Ugh. Like who's got the Golden State jacket? Let's move on down the block. Like that's nobody robbing you for your bullshit nowadays. Like, I'll tell you that much.
All right, the other side of the madhouse has the Blackhawks, who are also just stinking it up, getting blown the hell out. They got blown out by the Ducks, who are in first place in the Pacific Division. But it was, what was it, 7-1 yesterday? Come on.
I was showing it was like 11-0 in the last like 4 periods. Like at that time when that lower third popped up, I was just like, what in the fuck, man? I watched the last 2 games. I watched them. Watched the last 2 games. I can't believe I did it. But they were being outskated. skated. They're out of position a bunch.
Yep.
There's guys that didn't look like they. I wouldn't say they didn't look like they were just. I wouldn't say that they were just. It just looked like they were just outmatched. And you saw the Hawks made a move today, sending Renzel down, sending Slaggert down. I would imagine they'd bring up a Korchinski. Now that you say, you bring up Korchinski, maybe Lardis. You bring up offense, defense. You match who you send down, and then hope that shakes things up. I mean, you got Lardis, he's highly touted. Korchinski too. Like, you're going to have to start seeing what you have with all these guys, because some of these guys aren't going to be here, right? Like, the Hawks they're looking better. They look like they're going to get to a point of contention here real soon. But, with all the young talent that you have, you got to be realistic and say, hey, man, we're going to need to move some of these pieces to get a piece that's going to be a difference maker for us, right? Because there's still guys out there on the ice. You got older guys out there too that might be on the move. You're going to see a shakeup. Like, what I would want for the Hawks, and I would even talk about playoffs for the Hawks. I don't think playoffs would. No. As of right now, I think playoffs can happen, but it's a much better. It's much better for me if I look at them as a team that might be fighting for a wild card, but is just out. Like, that would be a place where I could see, okay, you maybe you move some talent here at the trade deadline. You added some pieces or added some more picks. You're gonna move off of maybe some of these older guys on the team, and you're gonna add more. Because you're going to have you still have guys coming up that you still have guys, in the KHL. You got guys in Sweden. You got Fondell that they just picked up. There's guys that are ready to come up that can help you and that are making impacts in the leagues that they're playing in right now. But in order for them to make room, there's guys that are going to have to be on the move. So, Renzel, Slaggert, I would just say those aren't going to be guys that are traded, but you'll probably see things like this happening a lot more frequently. And then once they get down to an understanding of, hey, I think we're better off without this guy, or that guy, they'll go ahead and start moving pieces.
Yeah, I can't agree more, because in the last 4 games they've been outscored 18-6. Yeah, that is not bueno, people. So the last time they won, they won the Kings 2-1, but yeah, which is not this Sunday that just passed, but Sunday before, when I went to the game, where they came back when they were down 3-0 and they finally came back and won 5-3. But again, another team that has slow starts and then trying to catch up, and again, that's not gonna work out for a team that doesn't have the firepower to continue to score and keep up with these guys. They don't have the big bodies on defense to help out the goalie. They don't have none of that. So it's going to be rough for the Madhouse. You're going to go just to go, but I mean, these tickets are going to get cheaper because the teams are going to be losing.
Right, and I would just say, the Hawks, as bad as they're playing, this is a young team still learning, right? This is a developing team. Mm-hmm. When if we're comparing Hawks to the Bulls, like I told you before, the Hawks have more of my trust than the Bulls will have, right? Moving forward, because the Bulls, they're not a young building team. Like, this is a team that's supposed to be trying to win right now, right? You got a mix of young youth and veteran stars. This is not like some rebuild team. It's not. Like, you put together this team right here, these players, to try to go ahead and contend, and it's not working out. Shocker again. So
shocker.
So yeah. So for me, it's the Blackhawks. Blackhawks have the upper hand in the Madhouse. For me, it's just the youth, the talent, the understanding that, okay, we are going to move these guys, some guys, what I'm saying? Some guys won't be here, but you also have an influx of talent coming in. And where do the Chicago Bulls have the influx of talent coming in that you see? Yeah, you want to find it? Look under the rug. I don't know. So look all over the West Side. It ain't there. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like maybe they're hooping on out on the court somewhere outside, but like it ain't in the UC.
No, and like I completely agree with you. Until the ownership changes, you're not going to see a change in approach on how they do things. They're scouting. Marketing's going to be there, right? Marketing's great at the Bulls game. Marketing's great at the White Sox games. That's one thing they do well is marketing.
Yeah, the two biggest losers in the fucking city market the best.
Yeah. Yeah. But come on, you're gonna have fun when we come out here.
I'll give them that. I'll give them that. If you want to just sit there and if you don't give a shit about basketball, if you don't give a shit about the outcome or what have you, it's a great bar. You know what I mean? It's a great bar.
It is a great bar.
It's a nice nightclub that happens to have a Bulls.
With entertainment with Benny the Bull, the best mascot in the world, and
Benny, Red Panda. I mean, they like there's things that you love, but the things that you hate, just
that outweighs it. Yeah. All right, Ivan. I know we're gonna go on to the Tape Never Lies with Big Steve. So let's close this one out. All right, y'all. That is it for today. Thank you for listening. Thank you to Ivan for joining. To our listeners for sticking with us and supporting us through 277 episodes and all of our live for all the Chicago Bears events, people that show up to our events. Thank you so much. To our sponsors, 66 Media and True Chicago Sports Fans, definitely a big thank you to you guys. Check us out on social media, TCSF Pod on Twitter, True Chicago Sports Fans on every other platform. So for Ivan, I am Big Z, and we'll see you next week for the Bears games live and next Monday for episode 278. And until then, be good to each other for the love of sports.